Before we get going today, we wanted to give a small update to all of our listeners. Over the past few months, our release schedule has become increasingly inconsistent, and first of all, we'd like to apologize for that. Additionally, you may have noticed that at the same time, our members link went down. We'll not bore you with all the details of the matter, but since our last episode, we've been working to resolve both of these issues. First, let me say that My Hill is not going anywhere. We are still enjoying talking about media that we enjoy and trying to bring a little bit more positivity where we can to the discussions. But with our real jobs and our personal lives, we couldn't consistently bring an episode of the quality that we wanted every 2 to 3 weeks as we originally planned. And additionally, with that schedule, when we released was kind of a mystery to anyone. So, from this point forward, our intention is to release an episode on the first of the month, every month, starting with this one. There may be some months where we release more than one episode, but we want it so that every first of the month, you know that there will be a My Hill to Die On episode waiting for you. Additionally, we have transitioned into a new membership program utilizing Patreon so that we can get our membership program up and running again. The membership program isn't changing. Being a My Hill member will still give you the same access to making suggestions for new episodes, and you'll get access to the My Hill to Die On membership feed, which will give you access to Not My Hill episodes, and also we'll have Ryan Reviews episodes, where I'll go ahead and have a full spoiler-filled episode about a game I completed. This is going to get a little bit more in the weeds than what I'll normally do in a regular episode, mostly because I do try to avoid spoilers. We may have other types of episodes in the future, but for now, those are the two that we have. As I said, we're not going anywhere, but we wanted to be consistent for you so that every first of the month, you know that there will be a My Hill to Die On episode waiting for you. Now, on to Ryan and Nate from the past. Let me get all of these out now so that I don't have to deal with it later.
I don't think it works like that.
Are you sure? I thought I had a quota.
Oh no, I wish it was that easy. Can I not false start all my sentences also, please? Oh well. Oh wow.
Well, my problem is that when I do any editing of our podcast, the perfectionist in me comes out.
Oh yeah. But it is so satisfying listening through the edit afterward and just hearing everything just crystal clear all the way through, the right timing on all of our jokes. Because we said the jokes at the right timing the first time, Ryan. It wasn't.
What are you talking about? My comedic timing is on point all the time.
Yeah. This is why we edit, so that we sound even better.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to improve on.
This is why episodes come out so quickly, right, Ryan?
Yeah. Welcome to My Hill to Die On, episode 87.
Everyone has things they are passionate about.
Things we want our friends to try and experience.
So we've convinced each other to try different things.
And we talk about these experiences to see if we can get just one more person
to join us on our hill to die on. Should we talk about the movie, Ryan?
Yeah, let's talk about that movie.
So, Ryan and I went to see Mickey 17.
After our recent episode of Mickey 7, we thought, hey, let's watch the movie that is based on the book.
Part of the timing to getting you to read that in the timing I did was that I knew the movie was coming. And luckily, we were able to get our episode recorded before the movie came out. I mean, that was just luck at that point.
Yeah.
That worked out pretty well for us. So yeah, it was an interesting movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know we talked about a bunch of the differences right away.
Yeah. In having an evening to think about it, I definitely realized that my opinions kind of shifted a bit after reflecting on it a bit. But why don't you go first?
Well, I think one of the things that I've changed my mind about was, I think I liked it at the beginning, coming out of it. I was hesitant during the movie because I was like, oh my goodness, they've changed a whole bunch here. But I think one of the things I liked was that this movie shifted toward hatred of cloning more than the book does. The book has it as an underlying thing, but not the theme of the book. That's not the point of Mickey 7. I'm not even sure what the point of Mickey 7 is, which is kind of why I had you read both Mickey 7 and Dainty Meadow Blues together. It was like, I'm not sure there's a real point to Mickey 7 other than just him getting out of his trouble. And, shakily at that. This movie kind of changed the plot to be more like, why are we having a human printer? This is disgusting in the first place. Which is kind of a theme of the book, but not as heavy-handed as the movie made it. Mm-hmm. And I think I like that the movie took it in that direction so that there was more of a point to the story.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so that was just another thing I thought about later on. That was like,
Yeah, and I think for me, the thing that I really struggled with was I felt like the book had some more depth to it, and I felt like the movie definitely made things a little bit too played for laughs.
Yes. Let's get into that. I think that is true. That is very true. I mean, yeah. I know we talked a lot about how I'm not sure how we liked how Marshall got portrayed.
Yeah. There were a lot of changes that happened to the story that were done, I think, for more comedic elements rather than to make it a more philosophical or a more serious story. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And they did a lot of those changes to make it a little bit more comedic, which, makes it an easier buy-in for the common movie watcher. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I get that. But I think that I am a little sad for the things that got lost because of that.
Yeah.
I mean, how can I have this entire movie and they didn't even mention the ship of Theseus once?
You're right. That was a big thing.
Yeah. They shifted it to he was absolutely fine with being cloned over and over again. He didn't want to die, but throughout the movie, he kept thinking, I'm just waking up again. I'm just waking up again. Whereas in the book, he's wrestling with the fact that it's not him who's waking up.
They only barely touch on that when the two are together, when they're multiples together.
That's the big theme in the book is the me who wakes up with all my memories and with my identical body. Is that me still me?
Right.
And that's why it comes out in the book against this idea of doing this, because it comes to the conclusion that no, that's not you. And they do that in two ways. In Mickey 7, they talk a lot about the ship of Theseus. And then in Antimatter Blues, he described himself as a new boat made from the pieces of the ship of Theseus that got left behind. And both are good metaphors for his situation. But yeah, I think that there was a lot of loss of some introspection on whether or not this is a healthy way to go, because instead, everything was played for laughs.
Yeah. I think I still don't like how they went with the fact that each of Mickey's clones are slightly different.
Yeah. They didn't have a reason to be different.
They should have been copies and copies. I mean, unless they wanted to say that the guy who tripped over the cord, he dropped a few memories because he took something out of the cord. And that could explain that clone's difference, but that can't explain other clones' difference.
Yeah.
Because he didn't trip over the cord every time. He just tripped over the cord on one of the first ones.
Yeah.
So I could see one or two spots, but they're saying, this guy was the mild one. This one was the puzzled one. This one was the
sensitive one. This one was the...
So I was like, nah, I'm not sure that works.
No.
On what they say they're doing. They say they're copying all of the data all of the time. Then they'd be the same.
Yeah. All right. I got one more complaint that I have to mention. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's the fact that one of the big plot points to solve the problems in the story is him and Nosh and their sex positions.
Yeah.
That's how they convey a message. They had a healthy sex life in the book. No problem there. But
it wasn't a plot point.
It wasn't a plot point. Thank you. That's the problem I have with it, is that their sex life becomes a plot point.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get it. I get why somebody might do that, but this just loses a lot of the depth of the book.
But I think my last one is the fact that they made the aliens be more similar to humans, or at least similar to a Earth-type structure.
They lost the fact that the aliens were ancillaries, so they would have had a reason to be like, there's a new creature. Let me investigate it and
kill one.
Kill one to see how it ticks.
Right. And the fact that the aliens weren't the one to make the translator box.
Yeah.
That should have been still the case. The humans are not smart enough. Even the humans in this movie were not smart enough to make that.
Oh, definitely the humans in this movie weren't smart enough.
That was much better in the book, that the aliens were smart enough to make a translator box, not the humans. Oh, well. In the end, I think the movie's fine. It's still decent.
And that's the thing, is it felt like a very fun, popcorny movie.
It's too bad that they did kill all avenues for antimatter blues. No way to make that movie.
Yeah. You lost main antagonists.
Mm-hmm.
You lost the
antimatter bomb.
The antimatter bomb, which was the plot point that was the whole thing. Yeah, no.
I mean, they still could potentially do it, but the way that the two books connect in book form is not there.
And also, he then isn't dumb enough to try to hide it under a pile of rocks.
Yeah. Anyway, interesting. But I mean, this was a fun theater.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this brand new theater now, I've seen 4 movies.
And I've seen 2. So I think this brand new theater is a winner, especially because it's a lot easier to get to.
I guess it's been open for, what, a year now?
About. And the theater I used to go to required me to go down a couple of stations and then change lines and then go up one station to get off. And this one is on my line right near the train station. It's great.
We had a break coming up, and I was looking for places to go with my family. And because this is a break that Japanese schools have off too, it's a fairly popular break to be traveling.
Uh-huh.
So I was a little bit hesitant because all the places are expensive. But still, we wanted to do something that was pretty fun.
Hey, you did more than I did. For this break, I stayed here and did very little. And it was very restful and glorious, but because of all the reasons that you just listed, I didn't even look around.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is the thing, right? I mean, this isn't the break you go to Disney or anything. Actually, my wife was showing me an Instagram reel of Disney on Friday of this break.
Oh, no.
And it was the most people they've had at Disney all year long. Even though it was pouring rain Friday morning. It was the longest lines ever. Anyway, yeah, don't go to Disney this break. That's just a mistake waiting to happen.
Wait, people go to Disney?
Well, not in this season. Okay, everyone else does. We don't. Anyway, one of the things I found, because one of the things we were looking to do is go skiing again. Now that my kids are older, they actually want to try skiing. So one of the hotels we've been to in the past, there was a sled park area, and we went sledding at this hotel. We actually went during COVID times because back then, Japan had this go-to travel campaign where they would actually give you money to travel. So we're like, we'll do that. Thanks. That's excellent. So we went on this thing, and the government gave us coupons that basically paid for all of the sledding that we wanted to do there, all of the entry fees and all of the snow clothing rentals and everything for all of us, all of our kids and everything. So we basically got that for free. We just had to pay for the hotel. It was kind of nice. We did bring some of our own winter coats, but we didn't even have to bring them. The government paid for all of it. It was great. Unfortunately, they don't do that campaign anymore.
What?
That was a really nice one back then. Nowadays, you have to pay for everything. So I was a little bit hesitant because I was like, oh, that was, it was not cheap. It was not expensive either, but it was not cheap. And the hotel fees are kind of expensive at this particular moment. So after running a bunch of numbers, like, okay, we want to do skiing. And I think one of my mental blocks is I just have to know how much I'm going to spend before I go into it. I just hate like when fees add up and add up and add up and add up, and all of a sudden I'm like, wow, I'm paying this much money all of a sudden, right? So I sat down a month ago and I looked at all the different plans the hotel had, and I just built a spreadsheet of, okay, if we do this plan, then we have to rent, we have to rent all the clothing, we have to get lift tickets, all of this stuff. If we do all of these things, how much do we spend? And if we do all of these things, how much do we spend? And if we do all of these things, how much do we spend? Working up all those plans, we picked which hotel plan was probably best for us. Mm-hmm. And that worked out pretty well. We picked the plan that was good. I knew basically how much we were going to get going into it, but it gave us a lot of freedom too. That was one of the things I liked too. Was we picked a plan that we could do more, we could do less, and we'd still be okay. We're not locked into anything. Because I was afraid, like, what if it starts raining? That washes all the snow away. Like, that's not going to be good. So we could do more or less and still be okay, since we still had to book a good ways out. We picked pretty wisely, and in the end, we ended up deciding to do more because we had the ability to, and the weather was very nice, actually. So we only did one night because the hotels were expensive, but we could do 2 full days of skiing, which I think worked out very well for my family. We're all very new at skiing. None of us are very good at all. So we left fairly early on Monday morning, went up figured out how to do all the rental things we needed to do. That took us a little while because still new at this too. Then I did a few really tiny hills with my youngest daughters so that they could learn how to do basic skiing and to make sure they could stop, make sure they could fall over properly, things like that. They figured all that out. Then we went down some of the very easy hills first too. And they got pretty good at it on the first day. I was pretty pleased. My oldest daughter had gone skiing a few times now, so she was done with the easy hill pretty early on. So I did go off with her to some of the harder hills, but still, she's better than me now. She can do the harder hills better than I can. I fell down way more than she did, just because I felt unsafe, mostly. I fell down is a strong word. I just fell over so that I knew I wouldn't crash into something worse. One of the things that I really liked, okay, so this is me, this obviously shows me, is one of the things that I had said to our colleague here at school is I need a camera mount for my backpack because I went on a school trip a while back and was taking pictures for the school trip, and I basically had to keep the camera in my hand the whole time. It was annoying because I wasn't taking pictures the whole time, but I couldn't put the camera away, take it out, put it away, take it out in quick repetition. The problem with the school trip was there wasn't enough pictures to keep my camera in my hand, but I had to keep my camera in my hand because if I didn't, I wouldn't get pictures. So I said to him, I need a backpack mount for the camera so that I can just mount the camera right on the backpack, lift it off and take a quick picture and then snap it back into the backpack because I'd seen people have these. And I said, this is what I need. They're not expensive at all. So he bought one and I hadn't really had a chance to use it yet, but I used it on this trip and it was excellent. I had the camera just attached in front of me with my backpack on behind me, and my backpack didn't have much in it at all, which was also nice, so that my backpack wasn't heavy. When I was done taking pictures, I put the camera back in the backpack, so that it was even safer. But mounted on the front, just on the front on my chest, it was excellent. I could go skiing for a little bit, get to a good spot on the mountain, stop somewhere, halfway down the mountain with my skis, and then, unclip my camera, take pictures of my kids past me. And then, usually I could catch up to my kids, go a little further down the mountain, stop again, and take a few more pictures, and then go down, So that worked out pretty well. I really enjoyed that. I got a number of good pictures. I'm very pleased with how my pictures turned out. So that worked out excellently. So I could have my two stalks. I'd stick them in the snow, take out the camera, take pictures, put the camera back in its holder, and then pick up my stalks and go further down the mountain. I think it worked out excellently. But that is definitely a me thing.
Hey. Just means that you have enough for a new EPUB book.
Yes, I do. I have enough pictures for a new EPUB. I sure do. I should make one for this trip, actually. That would be a good idea.
Oh, I was kidding.
I haven't made an EPUB in a while. I really need to.
I know. That's why I was joking about it, because I remember how much you got into it for a while.
Well, the thing is, I took on too many big projects, like a multi-day Disney trip, and those EPUBs just take forever to build because they have so many pictures. But this trip, even though this was a multi-day trip, I don't have as many pictures, so I could probably build it pretty quickly. Anyway, I did get us in trouble on the end of the first day. The map said that there were some easy hills. If you go up to the top of the mountain, there were some easy hills to do on the big maps that they have posted around the place. So I went up with my two youngest daughters who were very new. We went up to the top and we went through it, and it was pretty hard. Like I was a little bit scared in some point where I was like, no, we're taking our skis off and we're walking through here because we can't do this. We're not good enough for this steepness of hill. But my daughters were going too slow and getting too frustrated with themselves and like, I keep falling over. And I was like, we're here to have fun. Like, I'm not here to skiing fast. In fact, halfway through the trip, I was realizing that I was trying to go fast and I was getting too scared myself that I wasn't having fun anymore. And I was like, well, that's silly. Why am I going fast? I'm here to have fun. So I'm not going fast anymore. I'm going to go nice and slow and I'm going to have fun. So I was like, you can fall over. We're still going to have fun. Like, that's fine. But even that was not winning them over. They did learn that lesson later on, but still it took a little while. But then we got to a point where we were not far enough down the mountain and it was still pretty steep. So I texted my wife because she was at the lodge at the moment. And I said to her, can you tell them to get a snowmobile up here because these girls aren't going to, we could keep walking down, but they're not having fun. And I didn't tell them right away because I wasn't sure if it was going to come or not. But luckily the snowmobile did come and brought them down the mountain. And then I walked myself down to a spot where I felt like I could ski again. And then I started skiing again after that. So that was quite an adventure. The guy was calling me stupid for doing this, going to that spot with my two beginner daughters. But looking at the maps that I followed said that it was a beginner hill the whole way. Now, if you look at their newest printed map, it says, no, this is a dangerous hill. You shouldn't go up here unless you're at least, intermediate level. But that's not what the big posted ones say. The big posted ones say it's a beginner hill all the way down. So I was a little bit frustrated. They're like, no, I followed the maps. Like, yes, I can't read all the Japanese, But I followed the maps, and because I can read a map, and the map is not in Japanese. The map is just in diagrams, and I followed it correctly. But anyways, I was like, why are you guys calling me stupid? Like, your signs say it's okay. So, but
He actually called you stupid?
apparently that's what my daughter said. I didn't listen to all of it. My oldest daughter, who understands more Japanese than I do at this point, said that, yeah, he called me stupid a few times. But oh well. I was like, whatever. I don't care, because I know we had fun, and I just wanted to get my daughters down to safety, so it didn't really bother me, actually.
It bothers me on behalf of you.
It bothered my wife a little bit because she was there hearing that also, but I was like, the map says it's green. All right. If you want to change the postings of your maps, then I will follow them. Anyway, I was actually pretty pleased that they had the experience of riding in a snowmobile. That, I think, was worth it to me. Like, yes, we made a mistake, perhaps, but they got to ride in a snowmobile for a little bit, and it was late afternoon. So that brightened up their whole late afternoon, right? That, they were all like, we were stuck here. And I'm like, no, you guys got to ride a snowmobile. Oh, that's a lot of fun. So, but I didn't go on that hill the next day anymore. I probably could have by the end of the day. I was feeling more confident in my skiing. I probably could have done that slightly harder, that intermediate level part. I decided I wanted to have fun, so I hung out with my kids on the easier hills. I did try one of the slightly harder hills with my older daughter, because she could do it very well. But even on that one try, I couldn't do it very well. I fell over a few times just to keep myself safe. So I decided, no, I'm here to have fun on the easy hills. So that's what I kept doing. So yeah, we had a good time. So we took a few pictures similar to the pictures we took when we were there. What was it, 5 years ago? Yeah, 2020. So we took similar pictures so that, like my wife then made those side-to-side comparisons of this is what we looked 5 years ago and this is what we look like now. So that was kind of fun. My daughters, when they were much tinier, compared to my daughters who are now pretty much almost as tall as I am, or at least as tall as my wife. So yeah, we had a good trip. We stuffed everything into those 2 days. I think coming back, the evening of that second day was nice and tiring. We made it home. We had a lot of fun. I'll show you some of the pictures later.
Honestly, it sounds like fun. The entire time I'm just like, yeah, I probably would be all on those easy hills.
Yeah. My older daughter was thinking, because she could see that there was a bunch of other ski resorts in the area, because you could see from the mountains that all the other ski resorts. She's like, I wonder what the other resorts' maps look like, She's a little bit like me. It's like, I wonder what all those maps look like on the other resorts. And I was like, yeah, that's an interesting question too. And I liked where my older daughter learned to ski. And I reminded myself how to ski when I broke my thumb last year. That only had like one easy hill, and that worked for that day especially because my daughter was learning how to ski. This hotel had a number of easy hills, which I was very pleased about because that gave us a little bit more variety. My two youngest daughters stayed on one hill for the most of the time because it was the easiest of the easy hills, and it had a ski lift at the bottom to the top of that hill. The other one, it was like a very long down, so which is kind of good, I guess. But they liked the fact that, and this is one of the reasons I did too, is that the shorter hill, you just go through it many more times and you just get that much better at it because you're going through it many more times. The longer one, since it's so long, you just don't go through it as many times, so it's harder to remember where I'm doing it, where I'm turning, what I'm doing. My youngest daughters, they made challenges for themselves on that shorter hill, so for them it felt different every time. So they had enough variety, even though they were mostly on the easiest of the easy hills. And then they did go with me and my older daughter to the harder easy hills later in the day on the second day also. So they got their challenges in there. But I did like that it had a variety of easy, accomplishable hills for my daughters. I think if we do it again, I still need to look for another hotel that has at least a number of easy hills. My older daughter could probably tackle some more of the intermediate hills, but at least for my younger daughters, they need at least a variety of easy hills still.
Yeah.
I was pretty pleased with my younger daughters. They got pretty good at it toward the end. It was good. Generally, the staff were nice.
Generally,
except for the one guy who called me stupid. Everyone else was pretty nice. Even my older daughter switched to snowboard halfway through the second day just to give that a try.
Ooh. Sorry, I just have flashbacks. The one time that I tried snowboarding is the time that I broke my tailbone.
Oh my. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the very first time I ever went snowboarding. I went through lessons, and then my very first time down the hill, I just landed terribly. And I was with a bunch of people from the school I was working at the time, and after my first ride down the hill, ended up staying at the lodge the rest of the day.
That's too bad.
It was not great, but, it was fun. I mean, in retrospect, it was fun.
Thinking back on it.
Thinking back on it is fun. Yeah. The rest of the time was not. But yeah, that's what I think of every time I hear people talk about snowboarding and all that, is just going, yes, I remember what that was like.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very unpleasant few months while I waited for that to heal.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
So Nate, I want to tell you what I've been playing for a obnoxious amount of time.
Okay.
So a couple of years ago, I talked about a game called Monster Hunter World.
Okay.
Well, Monster Hunter Wilds came out, which is the next one in the series. And I'm just going to say, I have really enjoyed it. Just a reminder of what these games are like. Essentially, the main gameplay loop of this game and all of the games in this series are very simple. You hunt monsters, and then after you've hunted those monsters, you take bits and pieces from those monsters to make new clothes and new pointy objects, to then hunt bigger and badder monsters, to then go and make new clothes out of those monsters and new pointy sharp objects, so that you can keep making more and more powerful weapons and armor, just so you can, take on the most powerful of all monsters. That's essentially the main gameplay loop.
Okay.
The ultimate goal being to be able to wear the best monster clothes ever. Okay, maybe oversimplified, but...
Very important.
Hey, if I can walk around bedecked in, dragon scales, I'm gonna. That being said, this new one is interesting because they changed a lot from the past games when they made this game, and it's really, really good. I'm just going to say that. The gameplay loop is mostly the same, but one of the main things they changed is they added a plot.
Oh, okay.
They've had plots in the past, but generally it's like, hey, there's a bad monster. It's going to hurt people. Go hurt it first.
Yeah, we better get there first. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And there have been a little bit more plot than that, but it's been pretty light. This is the first game where there are voiced cutscenes where your character actually has a voice and talks in the scene. And yeah, generally the main plot of this game is there is a land that's been cut off from all people for ages, and everybody thinks nobody lives there. And a kid comes walking out of the desert, and he has escaped from being attacked by a giant monster, and it seems that he's the only one who's escaped from this monster attack. And your goal is to try to help him get home. And he has no idea how he got where he was, so you're trying to follow clues and hints and trails to try to find where was his home and is anyone still alive. A spoiler alert, pretty much his entire village is still alive. In the game, you actually do get to bring him back to his village and see a tearful reunion of him with all of the people from his hometown. They all thought he had died, and he thought they had all died. It was a lovely little scene. But all in all, it was really good because in this entire thing, they actually had a good storyline in this game that really has not had very much of a storyline. It's been all about gameplay. It's been all about the loop of hey, here's a new monster. Go kill it. Mm-hmm. And make new pants.
Are the monsters increasing difficulty on the way to the town he came from?
Oh, yes.
How does that fit into the story?
Well, in the story, the entire plot is that you are investigating this area, and this entire area that everybody thought was abandoned is actually the remnants of a fallen civilization. Mm. And there is a specific monster that is causing a lot of the problems. And you find out that it was essentially a genetically engineered monster from the leftover of this fallen civilization. His village is actually the remnants of that fallen civilization. And so they live in kind of the epicenter of where all of that stuff is happening.
Okay. So kind of explained.
And also each of the regions that you go to leading up to it also have a different theme. And so the gameplay loop where you're collecting fancier and fancier pants is also so that you can deal with the new environmental hazards of that new region. So like the first region you go to is mainly the desert that I was talking about. But after that, you go to a jungle environment that also deals with a lot of like heavy torrential rain. And then after that, you go to a environment that's based in like a lot of volcanic activity. Mm-hmm. And then the fourth one before you get to the kid's hometown is an ice area. And so essentially each of the regions is also gearing you up so that you can deal with different things and monsters in that area.
Okay.
They do have other reasons why certain things unlock more powerful things to deal with that story-wise. But it is, some of the things you do have to suspend some disbelief. But it is one of those games that traditionally has not had a very good story. And it's added at least a good story. I mean, is it a great story? No. But it's a good story, and it's really, like, beautifully done. Now, are there still problems with the game? Absolutely. I mean, the biggest gripe I have is right as I load into a new area, there's a little bit of a graphical slowdown.
Oh, okay.
So there's still some issues with how much it's trying to process right when you load into a new area. But other than that, I haven't had too many issues with it. And it's honestly just a really fun game to play.
Sounds interesting.
And, I get to walk around wearing dragon pants.
Parts of dragon.
Parts of dragon.
How much freedom do you get in crafting the weapons of the sharp things?
Well, there are 13 different weapon types. So basically, you get to say, okay, I want to make a great sword, or I want to make dual blades, or I want to make a big hammer. Is that what you're asking about, or? Kind
of, I guess. Like, I mean, do you take like the teeth of the dragon that you just killed and form them into a club or something like that, or?
Oh, generally the blacksmith is just like, I need this, this, and this to make you a new weapon.
Okay. So then you just pick that off the dragon and you're good to go.
Well, how the game works is after you beat a monster, you carve pieces off of them, and what piece you get is kind of a randomized thing. Mm-hmm. And you just need to have collected certain pieces to be able to create armor or the weapon that you want. Yeah, it's not as specific as like, I pull out the tooth of this monster. That being said, I will say that while I very blithely talk about like, it's all about just murdering monsters, the purpose behind it, and actually the storyline of this one emphasizes that the purpose behind a lot of the hunts that you're doing is because you're hunting this monster either when it becomes a danger to others or when it has created such an imbalance in the ecosystem that it is going to destroy the environment.
Okay.
And so generally there is this point in which they're talking about hunting for conservation. So it's that kind of, they're trying to be somewhat balanced with like, okay, we're not just going out and murdering everything, guys. But the gameplay loop is you're going out and murdering everything. So plot-wise, they're trying to be like, oh no, we're doing it for conservation.
Yeah, don't worry. The game manufacturers are keeping some dragons alive for later killings.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
What can you say? It's a fun game, though, and I've really enjoyed it. It's one of those games that you can just go, all right, I can't really think about anything today. I just need to do something to chill. So I'm just going to go and pick up a big sword and slice up some dragons. See if I can get some new pants. All right, so Nate, snacks and drinks.
Today I found a soda as we're getting back into things. I was like, we need more drinks. And I didn't buy you Kalpuses, although there were plenty.
Oh, there are plenty.
I don't exactly know what this is. We're going to find out together.
It says cafe soda.
Yeah, what's cafe soda mean, though?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, it's a fruit, mango, and passion drink soda. It's got 10% grape and mango juice.
Uh-huh. But I want to know what the cafe is about.
Me too. I don't know.
Is it saying that there's coffee in here?
I don't believe that's the case. I don't know. The fact that it's 10% fruit juice, maybe? It's got multivitamins. Days worth of multivitamins.
Soda's CC Lemon. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that would explain why it's called cafe. Although I am looking at the Craft Boss label and realizing that I never noticed how it says work and peace.
Yeah, I saw that too. I don't exactly know what that means.
Craft Boss is all about peace and also working.
What is this going to smell like?
I don't know. Well, let's see. Ooh.
It's got the more mango-y smell, although I guess I can smell some of that white grape in there too.
Yeah.
Might be an interesting mix of flavors.
It smells really...
heavy on the taste.
Yeah, it smells like a lot, though.
All right, let's see. It's not as strong as the smell, I think. The carbonation is probably the strongest quality.
Yeah, that's a lot of carbonation. I'm just trying to determine what the flavor is because all I'm tasting is the bubbles.
Yep.
So let me try this one more time.
The taste is not strong at all.
It is not strong.
I mean, it's not as bad as seltzer or something that with just like a hint of taste.
Yeah.
But
it's like
a cafe soda. Sorry.
Wow. You just went there. Yeah, it feels like a very light juice.
Yeah.
With seltzer water.
Right.
So it's not just like a pure seltzer where they're like, and here's half of a rind of lemon. This is actually proper juice, but it is probably being drowned out a little bit by the seltzer.
I think it's weaker than I was hoping. The taste that is coming out is pretty pleasant.
Yeah.
It is mango and grape together. I do taste that. I think I might go more like a 6. Unfortunately, it's not wowing me.
Yeah.
It is better than passing. Is it though?
I'm just not wowed.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a 5, I think. Yeah, I think it's got to be a 5.
I think I'm going to stay at 6, but I definitely see why you're picking 5.
It's just not great. And I'm looking through my past scores, and man, we have not had a win in a while.
Yeah.
The sad thing is, my highest, most recent one was a white peach Kalpus. What is going on?
I know. You liked that one, actually.
It's like the world's upside down. Cats and dogs getting along, and it's just...
Oh, okay. Looking back, actually, at our stuff, you're not rating the mangoes as high as I was. All the mangoes I rated a little bit higher each time.
Yeah, the mangoes are fine. I like dried mango. Like, I do like mango. It just, I don't feel like it works well in drinks that often.
It's just too weak in this one.
Yeah.
I wonder if it would be better if we shook it around a little bit.
And got rid of some of that carbonation.
Yeah, but still the taste is not strong enough, I think.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, well.
Could have been worse. It could always be worse.
I think it's going to be worse next.
Oh, yes, because we have a KitKat that was a holdover from Halloween.
Yep.
And we kept putting it off because I think neither of us wanted it.
Because I don't want to eat it.
And we kept putting it off, and I think we've now got to the point where we really can't put it off any longer.
If we put it off any longer, it's just going to be the poison that it really is.
So this is a Witch's Brew KitKat. Crisp wafers in marshmallow-flavored cream. Naturally and artificially flavored is what it says.
Marshmallow-flavored cream? I did not see that before.
A marshmallow-flavored cream.
So it's really, the taste is going to be marshmallow.
Uh-huh. And a marshmallow-flavored KitKat. Not that it's going to have the texture.
As if marshmallows were real to begin with. It's not even real marshmallow.
Yeah. So what we're saying is this is going to be bad.
Yeah, this is going to be bad. And yes, it's a pale green because
Witch's Brew.
Because of course it is.
Maybe we should have saved this for the next Witch's book from the Terry Pratchett.
Oh, could have done that. That would have been good. Oh, well.
A little late now. Also, the next Witch's book is probably not for a while.
Okay.
Let's try it.
Let's see what it tastes like. Doesn't taste like much. It tastes very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say... No, okay. I can taste it as a marshmallowy taste.
Yeah, it's a plain marshmallow, which is puffed sugar.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Heavily sweetened marshmallow, which I guess that's what marshmallow is. I mean, it's not great.
No, it's really not. Yeah, that was...
Okay, I don't remember how bad sweet potato was, because we gave that a very low score.
Yeah, it was not good. Nate, can I just ask one simple question?
Mm-hmm.
What crime have we done to deserve this? How have we wronged the world that this is what our life has become?
Well, I shouldn't have bought this one. That was a mistake.
We've made a lot of mistakes. I think Witch's Brew is a mistake beyond our mistake. It's a mistake from the KitKat Corporation.
Yeah. I feel really bad for all the kids who actually got this candy on Halloween.
I'm just asking, what crime have we done against humanity that this is our lot?
I think we just got to get the better KitKat flavors going again. I think I have a good one lined up next time.
Good. Because I sure can't deal with that again. This is getting a 1.
I think I'm going to go 2 because it's not horrible.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, well, it's not great. But I think, to me, I liked this better than sweet potato.
I do too, but in my opinion, sweet potato was a solid, if I could go lower than 1, I would. Whereas this feels like maybe a 1.5. But you don't let me have my decimals.
No decimals.
But
the column is too narrow, Ryan.
Yeah, we can widen a column.
No. We can't make the column wide.
We can widen the column.
No.
I'm not asking for 7.25.
Yeah, but that's where you go next. That's where you will go next.
What makes you think that I would be the type of person to manipulate and take advantage of more than 1 decimal point?
Past actions.
Oh, okay. That seems reasonable. Yeah, so Witch's Brew, I feel like it is a crime against humanity. Mm-hmm. Or it is a cry for help from somebody from the KitKat Corporation.
It's a cry for money from the KitKat Corporation.
Maybe we should really just ask them who hurt them. So, Nate, spoilers, I had you read the next book in the Terry Pratchett Night Watch series.
Mm-hmm.
And in the book, they talk about the various things that each of the groups of people like to eat in said city. Nate, I want to ask you, since moving to Japan, what are some of the foods of Japan that you've just really latched onto, that you've really liked as a parallel for the experiences of those dining in Ankh-Morpork?
So I'll go first. I think I'm going to steal one off the bat. You might take this one too, but I'm going to steal katsu.
The whole genre of katsu?
Well, I think my favorite is hidekatsu.
Okay. I was going to go with a different kind of katsu, but...
Good. Okay, so maybe I'm not stealing it from you. I think my second favorite is probably ika katsu. Ika fry, I guess is what they call it, right? That's probably my second favorite. But I think let me stick with hidekatsu.
For those who don't know, you should probably explain what katsu is.
Katsu is a breaded, fried meat. It's like flaky fried. What's it called? So I guess it's more like pan fried, I guess, not deep fried, right?
It's fried, but it's also breaded first and then fried in that breading.
Yeah, it's crispy in the end. It's quite good. And they do it with lots of different types of meat. Yes, hidekatsu is a pork version, and ika is squid. So I like ika fry a lot. But I think hidekatsu is probably my favorite. Ika fry is more of a a by itself kind of thing. You put some katsu sauce on it and eat it with rice separately. But hirekatsu often comes in a donburi or served in a bowl of rice. And I think the donburi kind of styles are my favorite, so I do like that a lot about hirekatsu. Just prior to putting it in the bowl, they like half fry an egg with the katsu also, so the egg is a little bit runny, and then they put the egg and all the katsu together on top of a rice. So that's very good. I do like that a lot.
Yes, and that's traditionally called a katsudon.
Right. Katsudon, right. Good stuff. And you get that hirekatsu or the roast katsu variety. So they used to have this katsu shop across the tracks from us, and I frequented that shop frequently, especially when I lived close to the train station.
There's still a katsu place on the other side of the tracks.
There is?
Yeah. You just have to go a little bit further, up towards the Shiakusho.
Oh, yeah, Tonkarate. Yeah. Well, it used to be even closer. That was the dangerous part. Because it was right next to the anime statue.
Is that Blackjack?
I have no idea who it is. That's the thing. My parents took a picture of it. I don't even know who it is. I would go to that shop frequently and then bring it home and eat it at home. And I think I went frequently enough that roast katsu now doesn't settle in my stomach properly anymore.
What?
Yeah, I have a hard time with roast katsu now.
Oh.
I don't know why. It's really good. That's the problem, too.
It is.
It's really good.
But it's very oily, usually.
It's very oily. Hirekatsu is a bit less oil, so I can usually do okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I have ordered it recently, and it's really good. But because it doesn't settle properly, I have a stomachache afterwards, usually. And it's a little bit sadness. So hirekatsu I can get away with more often now, so I do hirekatsu more often. But it's sad because roast katsu is very good, but yeah, it does not settle anymore. Probably because I ate it too much when I was single. Because that was a good store to go to.
Well, I will say that you did kind of steal what I was going to do first, because I was going to specifically choose the katsudon.
Oh, sorry.
But there is another katsu that I do like that I will mention to play off and continue this discussion of katsu that I want to mention, and that is katsukare.
Okay, yep. Mm-hmm.
So, in addition to that way of using katsu in a don, in a rice bowl, there is also another way that it's often served, and that is called katsukare, because what they'll do is they'll have the katsu, the hidekatsu usually, also roast katsu, and put it over a small bed of rice, and then put Japanese-style curry on the plate as well. And so you have a simple soup-style curry with plain white rice and your katsu. And so it's just one of those nice, simple, easy meals that is filling and really good. To give you a small peek behind the curtain, it may or may not have been what I had for lunch today.
Well, it is good, though.
It is good. The one thing that I am a little disappointed about is there was a restaurant nearby that had a katsukare that in their curry they mixed in spinach.
So it's a green curry?
No, they had like full leaves of spinach.
Oh, okay.
So you know how sometimes they'll mix in like other veggies in curries? This one was just, in addition to a simple curry, they had leaves of spinach in there. And I really liked it because I like spinach. But the problem is they removed it from their menu. So the other varieties you can get besides just a plain curry is like with cheese, with like peppers and some kind of beef. And I'm just like, you're adding too much meat here. I just wanted some veg. I wanted to at least pretend I was getting some vegetables in my meal.
So do you go to Tonkarate? Because that comes with curry for free during lunchtime. Have you done that ever?
I have. The thing is, and this is my personal feeling, because I like getting the katsudon from there.
Yes, yeah.
And the moment you add egg in, I feel like the curry and the egg just don't mix as well as I'd like.
Yeah. No, you probably have to get the katsu teishoku, the katsu meal, kind of more separate katsu and separate rice to enjoy the curry alongside.
Exactly. And for me, when I go to that restaurant, I want the don.
Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted now. But they did have oyakodon at that restaurant, and I did enjoy that.
Which, on a side note, I actually want to mention oyakodon simply because It's one of those things that I don't think anybody who doesn't know how to translate realizes how amazing that name is for that meal. The oyakodon, it's chicken and egg served over rice usually. And the reason why that name always makes me smile is because the name of that dish is essentially a parent and child bowl.
Yep, parent and child bowl, yep. Mm-hmm. That is how it is written.
So, because you're eating both the chicken and the egg. Mm-hmm. You're eating both the parent and the child in one bowl.
Yep.
And yeah.
All right, I'm going to ask you if this is acceptable.
All right, I'm listening.
Because I learned about it in Japan. I'm going to say taco rice.
I'll allow it. I just want you to know, though, I am judging. I mean, I was worried I was going to be basic, but go ahead.
I'm going to pick taco rice because I learned about it in Japan. And actually, I often call it Mexican haystacks, which is the way that I generally refer to it, although Japanese call it taco rice.
Uh-huh.
And it is basically building a taco, except instead of using a hard or soft shell, you are building your whole taco on top of a bowl of rice or a plate full of rice. And then sticking your ground meat with taco seasoning and then lettuce, tomato, salsa, whatever else you want to add, cheese, and mixing it all up together. And I like this meal. We have this frequently because it is one of my daughter's favorites. And it packs well on lunch the next day. So that's a benefit right there. Well, you have to keep the lettuce and tomato separate from the meat and rice, but still, you can mix them together when you eat. I do enjoy taco rice a lot. I generally refer to it as Mexican haystacks, but because one of the things I haven't quite figured out is it a Japanese thing? It's not an our school culture thing, I guess, because I've seen it in other Japanese restaurants, but I'm not sure it came from Japan either.
I mean, I had it in the States before I came here.
You did?
Yeah.
I never had it on rice before I came here. It was always hard or soft shells in America.
I've had something like that in America, so that's why when I said, you can choose it, but I'm judging you.
Yeah. They serve it in family restaurants, though, right?
They do.
So I'm not too far off. Although family restaurants, I guess, are supposed to be Western.
I was going to say, I just know how much they're leaning into Japanese-style food at Jonathan's.
The tandoori chicken meal is one of the best meals there, I think. Tandoori chicken with Mexican pilaf. Anyway.
Uh-huh. That's like me saying, what my favorite Japanese food is? Indian curry.
I was wondering if Greg was going to say Indian curry.
Yeah, I'm not just going to say Indian curry. Despite the amount I eat of it.
Yeah, I do like Indian curry a little bit better than Japanese curry, though. I mean, I should have said that earlier, probably.
It depends on what's the side. If it's rice, I want Japanese curry. If it's naan, I want Indian curry.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't have that stipulation. I think I like rice with Indian curry as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, that being said, what I get at the nearby Indian food restaurant is I will usually get biryani or I will get a wrap. Because I eat there so often that they have a wrap specifically for me now.
Yep, this is where you call in and just say your name and they're like, okay, we're making it already.
Yeah. Well, no, they don't say they're making it already. They say, okay, we'll get started on it. Thank you very much. It's not like they plan on me showing up every day.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure because there are weeks where I eat there once or twice a week. And there are weeks where I eat there every day. Well, every work day.
Yep.
Workday lunch, it makes it easy. And you know what? It's got bread, it's got veggies, it's got meat. What more do you need?
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I'm looking up taco rice to form a link for the show notes.
Uh-huh.
And taco rice is Okinawan.
Okay. I still had it in America before I came over here, so maybe somebody brought it from there, but I'll grant you that. So my last one that I'm going to mention, you can't go wrong with okonomiyaki. So what okonomiyaki is basically it's cabbage. I know they describe them as Japanese pancakes, but that doesn't really...
Yeah. They're thicker than that. cabbage and batter.
It's cabbage, batter, and a bunch of other things mixed together so that they kind of form essentially what would be a pancake shape.
Yeah, pancake shape, but it's a lot thicker. It's like the thickness of 2 or 3 pancakes.
And the majority of it is cabbage.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you get various toppings on it. You can get the fish flakes if you want. I especially like my okonomiyaki with pork on it. This is not really a specifically Japanese thing, but there is a really good mom and pop shop kind of place that serves a really good pork and kimchi okonomiyaki.
Ooh, okay. Mm-hmm.
It's really good. But like, seriously, the restaurant has 3 tables. And oftentimes, if you do not call ahead, you do not get a table. Mm-hmm. But okonomiyaki is just delicious. So it's usually they fry it up like that. Then they put a sauce on top of it. In some locations, they'll actually put like fried yakisoba inside the okonomiyaki as well. Mm-hmm. It is a really good meal. It's one of those meals that you oftentimes see at either festivals or if you go a little bit further south towards Hiroshima.
When we were in Osaka,
yeah,
we went to an okonomiyaki place because it was known for it, right? I mean, Osaka's known for it, so we went there.
Yeah, I think it's Osaka and Hiroshima are probably the 2 most famous okonomiyaki places.
Yeah, there does seem to be a number of regions that are, yeah.
Well, I mean, the little shop that I was talking about, actually, on their wall, their menu specifically says you can either get Osaka or Hiroshima okonomiyaki. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it's mostly like batter fried cabbage with various ingredients mixed in, but it's great, it's filling, and it's just one of those like nice, it's comfort food is the best way to put it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's very good. And it's one of the really good tricks and styles to get the mayonnaise on top.
Oh, yes.
Just laid out just right? I mean, that's put out your okonomiyaki sauce first, mm-hmm. and then you put the mayonnaise on top.
Yes.
In stripes, and that's just fun to do.
Yeah, and usually the thing is, a lot of those specialized stores, they have also specialized mayonnaise bottles that spray out the mayonnaise in just the right amount and pattern.
Yep. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No, they're very good at it. It's fun. It's fun to watch.
What can I say? Okonomiyaki is great. Mm-hmm. I was very afraid that I was going to be super basic and be like, I like sushi.
No, I did have sushi for lunch.
All right. Just on a quick side note, what are your go-to sushis?
I mean, definitely salmon, mm-hmm. but I like buri and toro bincho or bincho maguro, depending on the restaurant. Mm-hmm. One of the restaurants in my area or in our area has a ebi avocado gunkan. That's very good, but it's further away. Actually, that restaurant's further away. It's not technically in our area. But I go there because just that gunkan is excellent. So,
see, for me, hands down, the number one that I will always go for is some kind of maguro. That is my number one. And like, I like salmon and I like ebi and I like all the others, but maguro is always the one that is number one in my heart.
I do like maguro. It's not as much my favorite.
Well, it's okay. I forgive you.
All right. Now, as preparing the show notes, most of our choices have katakana in them. Well, katsu is written in katakana, and since we both picked katsu earlier on, I mean, katsukare is all a katakana word. Taco rice is all a katakana word. Katsudon, the don is the only kanji, and okonomiyaki is a true Japanese word. But it's funny that our Japanese food are mostly katakana.
Excuse me, whose fault is that?
Yeah, me. I didn't pick Japanese as much. Anyway, good stuff. So, Ryan, you made me read a book.
I made you read a book. Yes, one of those books.
Books. That's what the orangutan keeps calling him.
Book. Mm-hmm. This is another Terry Pratchett book. With this, we've now reached book 2 of each of the 3 series that we're going through.
Yes, you're right. Yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We've read book 2 of Death, book 2 of The Witches, and now book 2 of The Night Watch. With Sir Samuel Vimes.
Mm-hmm. Sir Samuel Vimes now, yes.
And this is the story where he becomes Sir Samuel Vimes in Men at Arms. Ooh, little spoiler there.
That's okay.
But yeah, I had you read Men at Arms.
People should read it. They should join us in reading this book.
Yes, and I think Of all the 3 series, I do feel like the Night Watch series, which includes this one, Men at Arms, is one of those ones where, given our current fraught world environment, it is one of those ones that I feel is very applicable, touches on a lot of things that feel very current. Would you disagree?
No, I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, this one talks a lot about diversity hires.
Yeah, this is a series where we are approaching things that are prevalent to our current state of our world. And for those people out there who know how I feel about things, they will definitely read into that statement. But before we jump into things, let's give the quick elevator pitch of where this book picks up. Men at Arms picks up a little bit after the events of Guards, where the Night Watch now has a place of prominence in the city, at least more than they used to. And as part of the initiative of being more representative of the current demographics of the city, the Night Watch has a few new men added to the watch. At the same time, there is a very sensitive object which was stolen, and it leads to more things in which the Night Watch have to get involved to prevent Ankh-Morpork from falling apart again. First of all, I'm going to ask the same question I always do, but I have a quick follow-up after that. But general first impression, did you like it?
I think I liked this book more. I think let's get into why later, but I think I definitely liked this book more.
Okay.
I did think the diversity hires were quite fun.
Yes.
Because of the way they took the story. I mean, the fact that even the troll and dwarf were supposed to be at odds all the time, but decided that, no, they'll just become friends. Because when they're at the watch, they're all watchmen.
Yep.
They're not trolls and dwarfs. We're just going to get along. And they decided to get along, and they got along.
As Carrot always said, while you're on shift, there is no man, there is no dwarf, there is no troll. You are all watchmen.
And they did. And they decided, that this is where this person's good, and this is where I can help this person, and they all helped each other. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I thought that was fun.
I think all of the new added characters are great and really flesh out the Night Watch to a good team. We'll get into some other things later about that. The new characters are just awesome. So yeah, Detritus, Cuddy, Angua, all 3 fit in really well to the Night Watch. Otherwise, you're stuck with just Carrot and Nobby Knobs.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he remained funny the whole time, so that was good.
Nobby?
Yep.
I mean, that's Nobby.
That's his job. His job is to be Cratchett. Actually, he's like the Dan Morin character, the Sergeant Tapper, right?
He's Tapper if Nobby was actually, competent at certain things.
Yes. If Nobby was competent, right.
Because he's competent in all of the wrong things.
Yes, Tapper's very confident. That's true.
Yes. Whereas Nobby is competent at taking advantage of people's weaknesses.
Yeah.
And confusing people with bureaucracy.
Yes, he does that well. Paperwork. Bringing them in was pretty funny because really only Carrot knows the pledge. Nobody else knows the pledge. Not even sure if anybody else said the pledge. And Carrot said it by himself because he was not asked. But
no, Detritus said it.
No, what I mean, I'm sorry. Neither Nobby or Vimes know what the pledge is.
Oh, you're talking about the ones who were before the hires in this one. Yeah, they said, oh yeah, nobody asked me for it, so I gave it to myself.
Which is great.
And that's the thing is, I mean, they keep bringing it up, but Carrot knows the laws and truly loves the city.
Yep. No, that's great. Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I always loved about this was this idea that everybody kept bringing up the fact that Carrot's just a good person who believes in the best in every person and believes that if everybody just talked out their problems, everything would be resolved. And that is just a beautiful way to see the world. And it would be wonderful if that was real.
Yes. If that was the real thing, right? I did like Detritus's he gets smarter in the cold.
I thought that was really well done.
And the fact that when he's almost freezing to death, he's the smartest he could ever be. That was fun. But then even to take it further, that when Cuddy realizes that this is the case, Cuddy goes and builds him a refrigerated helmet.
Because that then creates this dynamic of friendship on top of everything else.
Yes. That was great. I thought that was great.
That superseded all of the historical tensions between these two people groups that's played up throughout the entire book. And then these two characters decide, no, we're going to be above that.
Yeah.
And the biggest olive branch is Cuddy builds this helmet and detritus saves his life.
Yeah, these guys can decide to work together. So everyone else should just too.
Although I don't really think Mr. Strong in the Arm is going to be able to do that.
Yeah, well, probably not. Yeah. He was holding a bit more of a grudge than everyone else.
A little bit more. He's a little bit more...
set in his ways.
Set in his ways. Let's go with that.
One of the things that I didn't realize because I was listening to the audiobook, just to finalize my notes here to get the right names put in place, I looked up at the entry on Wikipedia, and I didn't catch this before, but Death, the guy that works for the Assassins, his name is Death with an apostrophe in it. I didn't catch that before. I mean, I guess he works for the Assassin's Guild, so they'll probably all be named something close to that. I mean, even the clowns were named things like that, too. So I guess I should have put that together, that Death was Deathy.
Yes, many of their names are really, really bad puns.
So I guess I should have just caught that one. I didn't catch it, but because I just listening away, went right over my head. But then when you see it written down, when you're normally reading the book, you catch it right away. But anyway, that's fun. And the fact that he stole a gun... They keep calling it a gun, which, I mean, because it's spelled out to me, I'm like, hey, okay, it's a gun. I get it. But yeah, seeing it here in Wikipedia spelled Gonne, it's like, oh, yeah. That's why they kept saying it funny like that, because it's not that. So, yeah, the names were good. I liked the names.
Yes, it is one of those things that by listening to audiobook versions of these books, some of the more hidden puns become more obvious. And then some of the puns become harder to understand because you don't see it spelled out. I think, though, that the audio version, the more recent one, is a really good version.
That we listened to the recent one, right?
Yeah, we listened to the most recent one. I think it came out either in 2024 or 2023. So pretty stinking new. They got some BAFTA award-winning actors to read out these books, and they did really well with this recording.
Yes, I liked it. All right, I think the thing that I liked the best about this book, because I think we're not going to get anywhere further without talking about this part.
The elephant?
Yes, is that this is a book with actual plot, Ryan.
What?
Things happen in this book, and it's a mystery. It's a mystery, a murder mystery, and they have to solve it. Well, solve is a strong word. I do like how everybody's figuring things out, but I'm like, and when are they going to tell the other people? Oh, they're not actually going to tell the other people. Okay, that's just for us to get frustrated that these people figured this out, but it's not going to get back to Vimes or Carrot until a lot later. But okay, fine. But, you know, a Carrot does put it all together in the end.
Yeah.
But I do like that this book had plot.
Whoa. Are you saying that the previous ones didn't have plot?
Well, they had a lot less plot.
Yeah. Okay.
Although increasingly more plot as time has come on, but
yeah, and that is the case. Is he does get more and more having plot.
But I think that's fine. I mean, again, it's not the whole. The comedy is the main point, and that was a lot of fun in this book as well. So, grant I'm getting all the puns and stuff too. The talking dog is just weird, but anyway.
Well, let me just say that by the time we get to Men at Arms, this is technically his 15th book.
Yep.
Reaper Man was 11.
Oh, so it's even a big jump to get to this one too.
That being said, this is where he's gotten a lot better at having a through line.
I enjoyed the other ones too, but I enjoyed this one for the mystery part of it. And the mystery part of it is still kind of flowing over you, which is fine because it's kind of flowing over a lot of the characters, over their heads anyway. In
listening to the book, you also miss this. He does not do chapter breaks.
I noticed that this time because my book reading app this time could not remember where I was. I went back to like a third of the way through the book like 10 times, and it's super frustrating. And every time I stopped reading, I had to pay attention to where I was so that I could pick up where I left off because it would keep resetting. I think it's because the book synced to my watch, and I listened to some of it on one of my runs one time, and it would always sync back to that spot where I had stopped listening on my watch. It's because I think my watch kept syncing and saying, hey, this is where I am in this book. And it kept going back to that spot. So looking at the chapter breaks in the book, I realized that, there are no chapters. And they're just kind of picking some, not random, but every time there's somewhat of a pause, they're starting a brand new chapter, which meant there was 150 chapters in the MP3 file.
But if you ever get a chance to actually pick up one of these books, it just tells the story, and it does not always show clearly when you're changing scenes.
Yes.
And that's just his style of writing.
Oh, so there's not even like a line break in between.
No line breaks, no chapter breaks. It's just a story.
Just moves from one thing to the next.
Yep.
I started to remember which chapter I was in so that when the book started again, I would pick up where I left off instead of go back to the third way through the book. To being let in at the clown gate. That's where it always go back to. Like the clown, the stopping the pie. Anyway.
Which time at the clown gate?
The first time at the clown gate.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's like only 1/3 of the way in the book. But anyway, that was fun. That would always be the spot. Oh, yep, I'm hearing them going into the clown gate and hearing the clown that talks like this. Anyway, fun stuff.
Yeah, seriously, it's one of those fun things. The reason I brought up the fact that there's no breaks is because there are no breaks, oftentimes it is that kind of jarring flow of going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Unless you're paying close attention, you don't always catch when it's changed.
Yes, I agree.
That isn't as obvious in the audio version, because the audio version usually is pretty good about...
Well, he'll change voices.
Yeah, he'll change voices.
Yeah, he does. So yeah, you're right. That probably is lost in the audio version. You would get that more in the book version, yeah. All right, so I'm going to ask you a plot question.
Okay, I have a plot answer.
Why do you think Cruces continues the plan to destabilize the government when he gets the gun? Do you think it was the gun speaking to him to get more power?
I think it's the idea of when you have something of that much power in a place where no one else has that power, it's intoxicating that power. So it's probably a mix of that. And yeah, also, guns don't kill people.
Yeah, that's what the gun told me.
Yeah, the gun told me that guns don't kill people, that people kill people.
I did like to see Carrot's ascension to leader.
I liked that, and then I liked his final decision to not exploit that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's because he realizes what his skills are, that he is not going to be the schmoozer, and that Vimes is a pretty good schmoozer. And if Vimes wants to step back from the day-to-day, that's fine, but he's still going to be the best schmoozer. So let's give him that job still.
I think that one of the bigger things there is that, at least how it's written, Carrot knows that he can get people to go along with his dream.
Yes. He
can really influence people, and he doesn't want to take advantage of people that way. He is buying into the things that Vimes is often saying, where like people should be free to make their own choices. And so to make sure that he is not, becoming a de facto king to a smaller group of people than the city, he's not wanting to take that position of control.
Yeah, that was interesting. That Cruces is showing him the evidence that he's king, but he's willing to destroy it. Although it does seem like Vetinari knows about it somehow, right?
Oh, yeah. But what does he not know about?
Yeah, that's true.
He knows everything.
Well.
With Carrot, he is shown to be the character who, despite everything else, always shows himself to be a good human being. And when he is shown that he could do something and basically really get away with it, or really like profit for himself, he chooses to help the entire city rise up. and be the good person that he sees in everyone else.
Or he might have to do the thing he doesn't want to do, which is walk out. That was great. I thought that was excellent.
I will have to follow the order that I agreed to follow
before I came in. I'm going to have to ask you to answer the questions, or I'm going to have to follow that order that I didn't want to follow. Which is walk out. But that's okay. He doesn't know that. He told the truth. He
just made everybody believe it was something else.
But he did not lie. No, it was good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this question. Will Carrot at some point then be king?
Do you want spoilers?
Yeah, I guess that's the problem. I guess not. I will have to read to find out, huh?
I will let you read to find out. But, I mean, all right, let me put it this way. Based on his character so far, do you think that he would?
Not yet. But I don't know what that means down the line. I think it's not yet because there's not enough evil happening at the top. Vetinari is not he's not causing problems yet. I don't know if he will or not, but at the moment he's not causing problems and he's still giving Carrot what Carrot wants.
All right.
So I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
Well, I mean, it all works because, as Vetinari says, if you're going to have crime, you might as well be organized.
Yeah, just belong to the guild. Wait, what was the oldest guild? The Beggars Guild?
The oldest guild was the Beggars Guild, yes.
That was funny. Anyway.
We didn't talk about the one big thing, though.
Oh, what was the one big thing? Did I miss the one big thing?
Well, I mean, the one big thing that I thought you were going to react to is, how did you feel about Cuddy and what happened to them?
Oh, Cuddy dying?
Yeah.
I mean, it was sad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Is there significance in it? I mean, I just thought he died as part of his duties.
Yeah, he died as part of his duties. I guess the thing is, whenever a character dies, it means that character isn't going to be in the future books.
Right.
And one of the big things in this story was the buildup of the relationship between Detritus and Cuddy.
That's true. I mean, actually, I was a little surprised Angua was going to die because I thought she was going to, and then of course she didn't die. That made sense. Yeah, Cuddy was sad dying.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. He's lost. Yeah. I mean, I guess I just don't know the significance of it yet.
I will tell you that in the future books, Detritus is still part of the Night Watch, but there's no Cuddy. There is another dwarf that joins later. I will tell you that.
Not the guy that didn't do it. Wait, the guy that didn't do it was a troll? Who's the guy that keeps saying he didn't do it?
Oh, that was a troll, yes.
That was a troll. Okay.
I didn't do nothing. Yes, that was, I can't remember his name right now. But Detritus is still around. I just wanted to see how you were going to react to that, because he's a great character, and a large part of this story is the relationship between the two.
That's true, yeah.
I did find it interesting, though, because a lot of this book is about understanding people are not just monoliths of their culture, and how to work together in a variety of cultures and a variety of styles to make the entire world a better place. The groups of people who traditionally didn't get along, all going along with Carrot's dream of everybody being genuinely good people. One of the things that Pratchett does very well is that he takes a look at things in our world and satirizes them. I think that he did it very well in this story, and it's something that we can all think about. How can we as a society work together to aim for that dream of everybody being people who can lift each other up to make the world a better place and be the good chaps that we all seem to be, or that we all should be.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think that it's a fun little thing to think about and reflect on, not only these big concepts, but because he does these big concepts wrapped in jokes, we can actually reflect on them. In case you ever wanted to know, there is a tabletop RPG version of Discworld.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I just thought that was a fun thing to note. So, if you really want to, we can always get together and play a tabletop RPG of Discworld.
Yes, we could.
I'm not hearing a yes.
No, I'm not sure I want to. But it is funny. Yep, everyone should go read it.
Yeah.
And then join us in reading further. All right, next time.
What are you making me read next time, Nate?
Next time, I have yet another clone book for you to read.
I feel like these are getting cloned.
Yeah, no, this one's completely different. And this next one is called My Murder. Which gives a little bit of a hint away. I guess you can see that there's a clone that's developed after the murder of the person. But this one's yet another interesting book and another interesting way that clones are used or created. So, yeah, I found this one fun. So I think I want to have you read it so that we can discuss the issues that it brings up as well.
And those issues are?
To be found out.
Looking forward to them.
Yep. I half forget myself. I kind of remember some of them, but I don't know if I can name all of them right now.
Gotcha.
I'm going to have to read it again myself.
Well, let's get to it. We hope you found something nice about this hill that we were willing to die on, and we appreciate all of our listeners coming along on this journey with us. But if you ever thought to yourself, hey, I really like these guys and wish that there was some way I could support them, you can. Visit myhilltodieon.com/members for more details. But what does it mean to be a member? Well, for the low price of $2 a month or $15 a year, you can help support this podcast. And by doing so, you'll get access to some of the members-only podcast content, not my hill, which is where we discuss things that are probably someone else's hill to die on. We have very strong feelings about them, but as the title says, they're definitely not hills we'd be willing to die on. In addition to that, you'll also get access to the suggestion form where you will make suggestions for our listener hill episodes, where we will watch, read, or climb up a hill that you're willing to die on, and we'll talk all about it. But know that the conversation doesn't have to end here. The discussion can continue with us through Reddit at the subreddit My Hill to Die On, or by contacting us through email, which is, to no one's surprise, myhilltodieon@gmail.com. And finally, we upload all of our episodes to our YouTube channel, which is also named, say it with me now, folks, My Hill to Die On. All right.
Yep, let's start at the beginning, I guess, right?
At the beginning? I hear that's a very good place to start.
It's a very good place to start.
Bum, 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 bum. Oh, it's too slow. Come on.
It is very slow.